And now, it's my pleasure to introduce my fellow Yankees broadcaster, Susan Waldman, who's going to take it from here for a fun Q&A session with our guests.
Time to stay. I thought you guys would like to hear a little bit from these guys, and who better to help me? Joe Girardi, the manager of this team. Get your mic. I'm on the wrong mic. Okay. So Joe Girardi, 2008, takes over. Last year at the old stadium, no playoffs, no nothing. You come back 2009, what is the feeling in there? It always reminded me of 1990, 97, and 98.
Well, the feeling was we added, and we added a lot. 2 top-of-the-rotation guys. We added a big bat at first base. And it was just an incredible feeling. You felt like it was going to be a special year after a very disappointing year in 2008. And these guys really dedicated themselves to being great.
Okay, 2 guys that came. That mic looks a little short. CC Sabathia, AJ Burnett. Can you come up to this microphone, please? Come on. Let's go. Both of you. CC, by the way, it was rumored that he didn't want to come here, hated New York. He's still here. What was the feeling, C, when you came in here?
Oh, it was a good feeling. I was just excited that I wasn't coming alone. I remember bribing AJ to do my press conference. We did it together. But I just remember being excited. I remember Andy calling me right after I signed and just excited that I was going to be here. So I think we got off to a good start chemistry-wise.
Okay, CC, first game that year didn't go so well for you, and everybody's going, uh-oh, because you know what happens in New York.
Yeah, I mean, first game in Baltimore, I think I gave up 6 runs in 4 innings. But I just remember, just trying to get my feet wet and just trying to get my feet under me to make sure that I could have a good season, and, that the first one wasn't a good start. Okay,
First game, notwithstanding tied and Major League best with 19 wins. By the way, from August on, 9-0 in 11 games, 2.04 ERA, MVP of the LCS. What did you think of him?
Well, CC was a horse. I mean, obviously it was someone that you could count on, 230 innings during the regular season. And I would love to bring Andy up, too. Andy, come here. Andy Pettit. So, CC, you've had to answer all the questions yet, so we're going to let these 2 answer, and you can help. Over 200 innings, AJ. 195 innings, Andy, at 37 years old. And we went to a 3-man rotation. How'd you guys do it?
Well, I think you called me in the office and said, hey, I'd like to go to a 3-man rotation. What do you think? And these 2 fellas says, heck yeah. And I said, well, let's do it. So, you put your mind to it. You make a little adjustments as far as you're throwing. And you got a chance to win a championship. And everybody thought it was a good idea. And I sure in the heck wanted the ball. So I said, let's go.
AJ Burnett came in here. By the way, 17 walk-off wins. Pie. I remember standing here and people are yelling, we want pie. We want pie. How did you get that idea?
I started out a long time ago in Florida, but it was different here because it's never been done here.
Did you have to ask somebody permission?
No, I kind of just did it. I got everybody but number 2. I think he was on deck. I think he was on deck 4 times, and I never could get him. So I'm still going to get you one day. But it was something special.
Do you know that AJ, I always knew when it wasn't Ready Whip, because he'd always whisper in the air, I'm out of the Ready Whip, don't eat it, it's shaving cream.
That was one time, that was Mr. Swish. We had whipped cream down there. The boys took care of it, always had it in there, and the one time they didn't, I had to pie Swish, and then just make sure you don't eat it.
By the way, the World Series is very different without AJ Burnett and Game 2.
Yeah, what was your thoughts going in? We lost Game 1 here. We didn't score a lot of runs that first night. CC pitched really well. We just didn't score runs. What was your thought going into Game 2?
Man, all I remember is leaving the locker room. I had my son in my arms. He was upset that we didn't win the first game. And I just remember saying, hey, I got this. Showed up the next day, had a concert in right field. I was loose, and everything seemed to clip. Everything I threw, me and Jose, it was just a special night.
Let's bring some other guys.
Okay, there were a couple other new guys. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.
I remember standing in the clubhouse one day, and this guy walked in, and he was laughing and yelling, and somebody that's sitting there said to me, is this guy for real? And I said, I think he is. Nick Swisher, come on up here.
I've been waiting for this all day. Let's go.
All right. Swish, your first year you come over, they brought you over possibly to play first base, possibly play right field. Xavier Nady gets hurt in right field, and you go on to have a really good year. But was it hard for you at times, because you had 29 homers and 80-something RBIs, hit 8? Like, did you think I was crazy?
I mean, all you gotta do is look these gentlemen behind me, and I'll hit 8 gladly, 100%. Just the fact that I was blessed enough to put the Yankee uniform on, win a World Series here, man, I'll never forget those days.
See, the thing that's amazing about Swish, he was always like this, and he walked in here, and he had no job. Mark Teixeira was at first base, Xavier Nady was in right. I do remember the pitching performance, though.
Oh, yeah. I mean, at that point, when you start on the bench for the New York Yankees, you just got to be ready for any time your name gets called. And I got my game 3 in Baltimore, and then from there, the rest is history.
Was that inning that you pitched in 2009 the highlight of your career?
Oh, yeah. I definitely remind Gabe Kapler of that once a month, you know, just to remember how I struck him out, you know?
What was it feeling like when you won that, finally, to be a World Series champion?
Well, I think when you take a group of individuals come from all over the world, all different walks of life, and the fact that you can come together as a team to win a championship, to have a common goal, it was a blessing for all of us. And all of you guys that are Yankee fans, you know how amazing this place is. 27-time World Series champions. We're going to bring one home to y'all real soon.
Thank you, Johnny Damon. No.
Georgie, come on up.
Okay. I'll defer to the manager. Go ahead.
Yeah, Georgie, thanks for getting here. I know you had some flight issues yesterday. We love it. 5 championships, Georgie.
Yep.
38 years old in 2009, right? Just an incredible year you had. Big hits, big home runs, you and Matt Sue going back-to-back, big RBI singles. What did that World Series mean to you that year?
A lot, because obviously we were coming to this stadium, and I was getting older, obviously, and just a lot, very meaningful, just the way we got together as a team, and we did it with the best people in the world, and obviously the best city in the world and best fans in the world.
Obviously, you know, you guys had done it 13 years before. What was the difference from 96? It's a long time later.
Yeah, you're talking about the guys that were able to be there that year and got a chance to do it again. But the key pieces that was signed that year made us, you know, win that in 09.
One of the people that was there, thank you, Georgie, Johnny Damon. You here? Come on up here. Left fielder Johnny Damon. Okay. First hit in the new stadium right here, this guy.
Yep, that's right.
What was it like for you before we get to Philadelphia and the hit off of Brad Lidge and stealing second and stealing third? What was it like for you coming over here?
Oh, it was fantastic. You guys remember me hitting home runs against your team, and we won the World Series up north, but it was so great to join this team. David Wells told me if you ever had the chance to put on the pinstripes, do so, and I did, and I loved it, and I loved playing for Joe. Yeah, Joe was absolutely amazing, like the best manager in baseball. And how do you not have a job right now? You're the best.
I do. I'm a broadcaster, Johnny. It's a good job. Hey, I want to ask you, last night you gave a heartfelt speech, and I don't want to embarrass you, but I thought it was fantastic. Could you just quickly, because we only have so much time, touch on a few of the points you made about family and kindness and your teammates?
Yeah, well, when Joe came here, he made sure that our kids can hang out. Winning or losing the game does not dictate how you treat your family. And I have a big family. I have 8 kids, and I love it. And Joe Girardi was absolutely amazing, and I wanted to keep playing for the Yankees and keep on winning because I did my best to bring the CCs, the AJs to this team. I'm a great recruiter, and people love me, and I love everybody, and that's why this team was unbelievable. Oh yeah, and Alex. I've known Alex since we were kids, and this guy, he showed up. He was the absolute best in the playoffs, and that's a big reason why we got to the World Series and we were able to win. And everybody here, I mean, Jeet, amazing. You got Mo, you got Pele, you got Posada. Oh, Godzilla. Yeah. And like the whole team. Molina, AJ, everybody, Gene Monahan, and what Joe Torre brought to this team right before, and what the tradition of winning, gotta bring your A game every single day, and that's exactly what we did.
Thank you, Johnny. Okay, Francisco Cervelli, where are you? Serving. Come on over here, or over there, that's good. Okay, Francisco Cervelli comes up when both Posada and Molina go down. You were hitting 190 in Double-A. You come up, you save this team in Atlanta. Talk about Atlanta.
Yeah, well, Cash made a trip to Atlanta, so I knew that we were in a little trouble, boys. And he had to talk to the team about how good they were and it would get back on track. But Cervi came up with a game-winning RBI that was huge, and we really took off after that. But Cervi, talk about your time coming up as such a young player, but playing such an important role.
Well, I was a very privileged man. I was in Double-A hitting nothing. I came up here and I said, I'm not going back to minor leagues again in my life. And Posada got hurt, Molina got hurt. I was here by myself, nervous. First game I got CC, complete game, and after that was different. Everything was different. These guys teach me how to play baseball the right way, how to win, and how to enjoy this game.
By the way, when we got to Atlanta, they had lost 5 of 6, 5 games back, then went 13-2 after that trip to Atlanta. You got thrown out on purpose, didn't you?
I did. I think Gardy was called out at first base, and Bill Welke was the umpire. And I walked out to Bill and started arguing with him, and he was like, Joe, I'm not going to throw you out. And I told him I wouldn't leave until he threw me out. Stood there, kept arguing, he finally threw me out, and that's when these guys took over. They were unbelievable after that.
Cervi, you did such a great job that year. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hey, Alex. Your turn, Alex. Come on, Alex. Yeah, you.
Okay, so Alex is hurt. He's got a hip thing. Doesn't go to spring training. Comes up, first pitch he hits, boom. I turned to John Sterling and said, I guess you don't need spring training.
He obviously did, and a 3-run homer, and we ended up winning that game, and it was so great to get in your line. But I want to ask you about the postseason. What's it like to feel like you're in the zone for that long?
You mean for the month of October?
Yeah.
It was awesome. I mean, I think you're right, Susan. I think when I got back, CeCe threw a complete game shutout. We won 3-0. And I think from that day on, we went 90-40. And it was just amazing to go with that type of momentum and rhythm into the playoffs. And then when you have a lineup like this, Skip, you put out the same lineup every single day. and we were like brothers, and having Matsui behind me, Tex in front of him, and then Jeet and Johnny Damon, to hit cleanup in a lineup like that is a dream come true. So team effort, and I was glad to be a part of it.
You know, 30 home runs in 5 months, 100 RBIs, walk off in the 15th inning in Boston. We don't get out of Minnesota without this guy right here.
The way you got Joe Nathan that day in Game 2, you get him for a 2-run homer in the 9th, and it just propelled you the rest of the postseason, and you were fantastic. And we're all grateful to you.
I want to change subjects a little bit because I walked out in the parking lot one night, I can't remember what year it was, and you and Lou Piniella are in the parking lot doing batting stances. You were in an awful slunt. What did Lou Piniella mean to you?
Well, Lou is the greatest of all time. First of all, he should be in the Hall of Fame. Lou is like a father figure to me. Much ways like Joe Torre is a father figure to our 4 stars, our icons, you know, Jeter, Pettit, Mo, Posada, Bernie. That's the type of relationship that I had with Lou. He taught me everything about the game of baseball. Incredible gratitude to have such an incredible person and a man, you know, teach you. And I love him, and there should be more Lou Piniellas.
You know, I wanted to bring up Lou Piniella because once a Yankee, always a Yankee. Does everybody know here that Tino Martinez is here because Lou Piniella made sure he got traded to the Yankees? Yes. Thank you, Lou.
Thank you.
Thanks, Alex. Hey, Damaso Marte.
He's over there.
Come on, Damo. Hey, Gino, will you go up with Damaso? Yes, go stand next to Damaso, Gino.
Well, no, Jose's there.
Oh, okay. But I want Gino up there.
Dime, un traductor.
Go ahead, we know.
Okay, Damaso. 2009, right? You had a click. Remember, you had a click. You would tell Gino, I got a click. We said, what's that mean? He goes, in my shoulder. See, he still goes to it, right? You missed most of the season. You were there April, then you were out May, June, July, came late August, September, right? In October, pitched a little bit in the first series, a little bit more in the second series. But you were really an unsung hero in the World Series. You dominated Utley, Ibanez, and Howard. I want to know what Gino did to make it click.
Que dominaste toda la serie mundial después que no pichaste mucho.
Primeramente, gracias a la fanaticada, a la directiva, pero dile.
First of all, thank you to the fans and the office, the New York Yankees.
A los Yankees y a los peloteros que yo jugué con ellos. Traduce.
To all the Yankees and all my teammates.
The click I have, piché un poco, pero gracias a Dios los Yankees creyeron en mí. Joe Torre creyó en mí. Pude hacer el trabajo a pesar de la lesión.
I had a click in my shoulder, but they still believing in me. I made it through, and everyone believed, and I was there at the mound.
Thank you.
Gino, one of the greatest trainers all time. How many times did you rub that shoulder, Gino?
How many times did I do what?
Rub that shoulder.
I'm not sure how many times I rubbed his shoulder, because we rubbed a lot of shoulders. You know, folks, people ask me all the time, what is the difference between all those years and right now? They're wonderful right now. They are really good and a tremendous team and a good bunch of fellas. And I will say this, all we ever did under Joe Torre and all these other great managers and captains that we had, all we did was win. And winning is everything. And you people know that. They asked me who my favorite player was. Nobody. Wasn't allowed to have a favorite. They're all my favorites. And I know there are yours too.
Thank you.
Love you, Gino.
Okay, we got 5 minutes left. Last year, Kevin Cash was here, and the guys came out, and he said, boy, they look like friggin' movie stars. still do. Mariano Rivera, Derek Jeter, Jorge Posada, Andy Pettit. One more time up here, please. You guys have talked already. We have to get Matsui up here, too.
Matsui?
Yeah.
Yeah, Matsu. Come on, Matsu. Matsu.
The MVP of the 2009 World Series, Hideki Matsui.
So, Matsu, I got a question for Matsu. When you signed here, did you ever imagine that it would be as good as it was in 2009?
Yeah. Derek will interpret.
Yeah. Everyone understand in Japanese? No? Okay.
He couldn't hear the question. Can you repeat that?
Did he ever imagine it would be as good as it was in 2009 when he signed here?
Yes, I know.
2009年こんなにすごい素晴らしいキャリアのシーズンになると思ってました。
いやもうねそれを信じてここでねヤンキースと契約したし、まあ私の最後の年でしたけどねそれが叶ってもう本当に幸せです。私のキャリアのこれがハイライトでした。
Yeah, I mean, that's what I believe, and that's why I signed with the Yankees. But it was just really a dream come true to be able to accomplish that in my last year with the Yankees.
Jorge and Matsu, which one of you is Pedro's daddy? Which one of you is Pedro's daddy?
Okay, there were a lot of things that happened. Derek Jeter setting the all-time hits list as a Yankee. Mariano Rivera. Which was better, the 500 save or the RBI?
500 saves or RBI?
Oh, definitely. You translate. Thank you much.
You translated, right?
Yeah, he just translated for me. I definitely think was the RBI, for sure. I mean, I work. Definitely the RBI.
Hey, did you guys, Mariano and Derek, what was the difference? I mean, this was your kind of last one that you got together. You had done it, you were kids in 1996. What was the difference for all of you guys?
Go ahead, bro. What is the difference? You're older now, so they're 50.
Not now.
The difference between 96 and 2009, doing it as a kid and doing it as an adult.
I think
I'm going to start.
Go ahead.
Well, the difference was that in 96, I was 26. In 2009, I was maybe 46. Something like that. But different. I mean, it was the same because, I mean, you just won the World Series. So it didn't matter if we were just 96 or 2009. The point is that we brought the championship back to where it belongs. And that was the matter.
Derek, what did that year feel like to you?
I have no idea what Mariano just said. But I'd say in 96, we were young. We're experiencing everything for the first time. You start to get to 2009, there was an expectation level with this organization every year. It doesn't make a difference what you do during a 162-game schedule. It all boils down to the World Series. And you win a championship or the season's a failure. And I think we felt that more as we got to the later years, especially in 09.
Well, we have a game to play, and I've been told I got to wrap this up. I thank you so much for all being here. Thank you to the
Thank you, everybody.